What family tradition did you realize was actually illegal? In my family, girls were married off the moment they got their first period. It didn't matter if you were 12, 13, or 14, the blood meant you were ready for a husband at least 3 times your age. I grew up with this idea, so in my head, it didn't seem that bad until I turned 11. Because that's when I watched my cousin, Mayim, get promised to a 43-year-old man just 3 days after her first period. His previous 2 wives had died before turning 20. That was the first night I decided to stop eating enough food. Not because I was fat, but because I noticed the skinnier girls in my family would be the last ones to get their period. I knew it was my only option. I later learned that your body needs enough fat before starting puberty. The other girls called me skeleton, but I didn't care. Other girls my age were already promised to men who had children older than them. Every Friday from 1 a.m. to 10 a.m., I was made to serve meals to male family members for hours without speaking. If I made eye contact or noise, I would receive 10 lashes of the belt. I was forced to hold burning pots without oven mitts to toughen up my hands. Every night, my mom put skin whitening cream all over my face. Other than the secret starvation, I was the perfect daughter. When I was 14 and still periodless, I found something that changed everything. For context, we were in the USA the whole time. My mom had convinced us all of this was normal, but one teacher forced me to have a meeting because she saw how skinny I was. She accidentally left her drawer unlocked, and inside were books about marriage laws and pamphlets titled Your Rights as a Young Teenager and When Culture Becomes Crime. As I read, my jaw dropped. It was the first time I heard that marriage under 18 was wrong. No cultural exceptions, no loopholes. I stole a pamphlet and memorized every page, CPS phone numbers, shelter addresses, and the exact words for a mandatory report. I started a wife skills group in my uncle's tool shed for 6 younger cousins. I taught them what I'd learned, how to tell teachers, they're forcing me to marry. I'm only 13, please help. At 15, my body betrayed me. The blood came. My mother screamed with joy. By nightfall, my father had chosen my husband, Hamad Habibi, a construction mogul who had already buried 2 wives. They died of kidney failure from too many pregnancies too young. 2 days later, my cousin Anna got her period too. She was promised to a 51-year-old. I slipped her my notebook with all the escape routes. Tomorrow, I whispered, tell the science teacher the exact words I taught you. She asked, what about you? I said my wedding wasn't for 2 weeks. I'd figure it out. But that night, CPS knocked on the door. My father went from confusion to fury as they asked about forced marriages. The moment they left, the family circled like wolves. They found my journal in the tool shed. My father burned it and called me a cancer that needed to be cut out. The wedding is tomorrow, he announced, before she destroys anyone else. Dawn came too fast. In an hour, they would dress me in red and gold to deliver me to a man who'd already killed 2 girls.